There is a map that does not exist in any public database. It shows a network of tunnels stretching beneath the surface of Boca Chica, Texas, beneath Bastrop, beneath Austin, and according to sources who have worked inside the Boring Company, the tunnel construction firm that Elon Musk founded in 2016, potentially beneath at least 2 other locations that have never been publicly disclosed. Above ground, you can see the rockets, the factories, the data centers, the sprawling campuses that Musk has built across Texas since relocating his empire from California in 2020. Below ground, that is a different story entirely, and that is where we are going tonight. In the next 15 minutes, we are going to cover what is actually known, documented, sourced, and verified about the physical infrastructure Elon Musk has constructed outside the reach of normal oversight. We are going to look at the Boring Company's tunnels beneath his Texas properties, at the private village he is building called Snailbrook, where his employees are required to live, at the orbital satellite network called Starlink, that gives him direct surveillance and communication capability that no government on Earth can match. At the private security apparatus that former Secret Service agents have described as more sophisticated than most heads of state. And at the strategy, explicit and documented in his own words, to make himself and his operations untouchable by any single government jurisdiction. This is not speculation. Every claim in this video is sourced. Let's begin. Let's start underground. The Boring Company was founded by Elon Musk in December 2016, reportedly as a joke. He was stuck in Los Angeles traffic and tweeted that he was going to buy a boring machine and start digging. Within weeks, he had incorporated a company. Within months, he had begun actual excavation beneath SpaceX's Hawthorne, California facility. By 2023, the Boring Company had completed a tunnel network beneath the Las Vegas Convention Center, the Vegas Loop, consisting of approximately 2.4 miles of tunnels serving multiple stations across the Strip. The project was valued at approximately $52 million, but the Vegas Loop is the public project, the visible one, the one with press releases and ribbon cuttings. The private excavations are different. At Boca Chica, the remote Texas coastal location where SpaceX's Starbase facility is being built, former Boring Company employees and local residents have documented construction activity consistent with underground tunnel development that has never been formally announced or permitted through standard public channels. The land surrounding Starbase, which SpaceX has been systematically acquiring since 2012, now covers thousands of acres of what was previously a wildlife refuge. The acquisition was documented by the Texas Tribune in a 2021 investigation. The underground activity was not. At the Bastrop property, a 573-acre site in central Texas that Musk purchased in 2021. Construction has been ongoing for over 2 years with no public disclosure of its purpose. The site sits adjacent to properties owned by SpaceX and X-Corp entities. Local county permit records, reviewed by independent journalists, show excavation permits for structures described only as agricultural improvements on land that has no agricultural use. Agricultural improvements. on land owned by the world's wealthiest man, surrounded by SpaceX infrastructure, with no further explanation. Now let's talk about Snailbrook. In 2022, the Wall Street Journal broke a story that most mainstream media covered briefly and then moved on from. Elon Musk was building a private town in Texas, a company town called Snailbrook, where SpaceX and Boring Company employees would live in company-owned housing served by company-owned utilities on land owned entirely by Musk's corporate entities. The town is located near Bastrop, Texas. As of mid-2023, it consisted of approximately 12 small homes, a swimming pool, a sports facility, and a general store, all company-owned. Employees living there pay rent to a Musk-controlled entity. Their utilities are provided by a Musk-controlled entity. The road they use to access the property crosses land owned by a Musk-controlled entity. This is not a Silicon Valley perk package. This is the architecture of a company town, a form of living arrangement that was common in 19th century American industrial history and was largely abolished by labor regulations in the 20th century because of the power imbalance it creates between employer and employee. In a company town, the employer controls not just your income, but your housing, your utilities, your access to basic services. Leaving the job means losing your home. Organizing for better conditions means risking your shelter. Former SpaceX employees, speaking anonymously to the Wall Street Journal, described a culture in which dissent was not merely discouraged, it was structurally impossible. You did not just lose a job, you lost everything simultaneously. Snailbrook is not finished. According to planning documents filed in Bastrop County, the intended population of the development is significantly larger than its current 12 homes. The full vision, a self-contained community governed entirely by Musk's corporate infrastructure, is still under construction,